What is up, YouTube? I'm Ace Palomero, South Texas Realtor, proud son of the Rio Grande Valley, and fledging tea connoisseur. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is mainly about the October 2023 housing report for the greater McAllen area. Let's get this rolling. But before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, let's talk about a couple things that I think are key indicators of our economic situation, and they may be foreshadowing the recession that I think that we're on the precipice of. First thing is the CPI report, Consumer Price Index. Basically, it's a statistic of inflation. Inflation is essentially the rate at which things get more expensive every year. So just because the inflation number is down, like for 1 month compared to the previous month, doesn't necessarily mean that things are getting cheaper. They're just getting more expensive at a slower rate. So for October 2023, the unadjusted CPI, Consumer Price Index, for the past 12 months, basically October 2023 compared with October 2022, is 3.2. That's lower than the 3.7 that we would compare September 2023 with and September 2022. If we're comparing October 2023 and the previous month of September 2023, CPI is virtually unchanged. So at least it didn't go up. But if you remember that Fed Chairman Jerome Powell has stated multiple times that basically they're keeping the rates high until inflation is down to 2%, and that's like not just like one time but for an extended period of time. The unemployment rate is still low. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, for October 2023 it's at 3.9%. Nowhere near the number that would make the Fed change their mind about keeping rates higher for longer. Another thing to make note of is that people are trying to get behind on their car payments. So according to Business Insider, these numbers are from Fitch Ratings. There's actually a record number of subprime borrowers that are behind their auto payments by more than 60 days or more. Subprime, basically they have less than ideal credit, so they're looking like credit like in the 600s or less. That rate of people behind on their auto, or at least subprime borrowers behind on their auto payments, was at 6.11%, and that was in September. Apparently that's the highest it's been since 1994. And analysts think that this will only continue to increase as we go into 2024. Another thing to make note of is that household debt has risen. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, it's at 17.29 trillion. The main components of this household debt is mortgage, credit cards, and student loan balances. Remember, student loan payments resumed back in October. And if you have student loans, I would think that's probably the best idea to pay them off. I don't think anyone's gonna just let you not pay. Like, the government's gonna get its money. This is according to Market Watch. Delinquencies are up, so credit card debt is at 1.08 trillion. This is from November 7. And mortgage delinquencies are up for Q3 this year, or the third quarter of this year. All right, let's jump into that housing market report. So once again, October 2023, we're just gonna do the McAllen-Edinburg-Mission MSA, or Metropolitan Statistical Area. So median sale price, it is at $233,750. While that is finally down for month over month, it's just part of regular seasonality, honestly. But it's down from the $246,988 of September. It's down compared to the $225,000 of October of the previous year. Number of active listings, it's up at 1,888 compared to the previous month of 1,761, but it's up 38.8% of the previous October from 1,416. Days on market, it's 8 days more compared to last October, but compared to the previous months of September, it is 6 days shorter. So for October, it's how sold a little faster. Number of closed sales, though, is down for both month over month and year over year. Just barely, though, for year over year at 318 for this year compared to the 323 of last October. And months of inventory. So it went up a little bit compared to the previous month of September. So last month was 5.5 months of inventory. It's 5.9 months of inventory for October 2023. We're almost at 6 months. So for the month of October, we're almost at a neutral market. To compare to last October had 3.9 months of inventory. So yeah, if we keep going at this rate, it looks like next year we might see a correction. So it just depends. I think come April, maybe May, that's when we'll see if peak was this year. And actually, let me show y'all a little chart I made with Excel. Okay, so this is what I did. Basically, I'm in the MLS for the local realtor association, so you do need access to this in order to follow what I did. But using the stats function of the MLS, and what I did was basically export all the data I needed. So 2018 to 2023, I did median sale price, and property type residential, and county Hidalgo, and then I basically did this for each year, so I could plot it out on 5 different columns. Went into Excel. So 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, right? That way we could stack it up in just one graph. So basically, the months of the year, January all the way through December, is on the x-axis, and then 5 sets of data for the y-axis. Over here, hopefully you're not colorblind, 2018 is green, 2019 is baby blue, light blue, 2020 is gold, 2021 is gray, 2022 is orange, and 2023 is like dark blue, royal blue. And so for 2018, you can see that was one of the normal years, right? Because COVID messed things up, and then like everybody's respective government response to COVID messed it up even more. Like the government messed with the data. But yeah, so 2018, you can see over here, January, it started going down to February and March for the median sale price, because that's the winter and spring months. It's not a good time to sell it typically. It started going up in April, May, went down a little bit in June. July, that was a peak, 150. Went down again August, fall, people going back to school, or kids going back to school. People don't really want to be shopping around too much. And yeah, it didn't really go past that 150 the whole year. 2019, similar, peak was in July at 158. Actually, 160, because October. And 2020 is COVID. So the peak in 2020 was actually in December, 182. 2021 peak was actually also in December at 215. 2022, when we kind of started normalizing a little bit. Peak was in June, $228,900. Because back in 2022 in March, that's when the Fed announced, or also when they started to raise the interest rates. And for 2023, you can see that there were two high points, right? I actually think it was September was a high point. 243,500 for September. Yeah, just off by $500 compared to May and September. So yeah, we'll see what happens come, I want to say, April, May, maybe even June. But I mean, unless another bank bailout happens. But yeah, I just want to show you all that because in order to show you the seasonality, or at least what's supposed to be the seasonality of the housing market. But yeah, you can see like starting 2020, 2021, a lot of our data, I don't want to say our data's trash, but you have to consider other things besides the past 5 years. And like that's for me, that's why I look, I go as far back as even like 1970s. I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but one of the wildest sayings that I've heard, and I've heard it multiple times in the past, I don't know, I guess ever since I started real estate, is marry the house, date the rate. And I was hearing this even more starting like spring 2022 as rates were going up. Man, if you have even a basic understanding of economics and finance, like I'm sure you have to realize what a stupid saying that is. The most important thing is price. You can't go back and renegotiate the price. Like you can always refinance, that's true, but I mean, you also have to have enough equity in order to refinance, and you still have to pay like all the fees in order to refinance. One of the things I get asked a lot, especially like when I see someone like that I know and I haven't seen them in a while, is like, hey, how's the market? Is it a good time to buy? Like if you're the typical American, if you're the average consumer, student debt, credit card debt, if you have like a $500, $400 student loan payment every month, if you're behind on your credit card bills, if you're making less than like 60, even 50K a year, you need to be in a stronger financial position before you start thinking about buying a house. Because that's a 30-year commitment, and like once you look at how much you could potentially pay in interest over those 30 years, you'll probably want to put more than the minimum 3.5% down. This is not financial advice, by the way, but it's more like a warning, right? You should at least try to pencil things out before you commit to anything like a 30-year mortgage. But other than that's it for the video. I hope you found this informational. Bye.